Welcome back to 5 Minute Fantasy, presented by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We're going to talk about 5 comeback candidates for fantasy football in 2024. Before we do that, make sure you go to Underdog Fantasy, download Underdog, and you put promo code FFSGPN. First up is Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones goes from Green Bay to Minnesota. It was a quick signing after his release, and he goes to what has been one of the top offenses. Unfortunately, there's been a huge change. Kirk Cousins. What can we expect from Minnesota? Can they be a good offense this year? Yes. They were a good offense or fantasy friendly under Nick Mullins. They saw that under Josh Dobbs after just 1 week of prep. Sam Darnold or J.J. McCarthy, you're going to see a ton of rushing the ball, and you're going to see a ton of passes to the running back. Aaron Jones should have a great 2024. Currently, he's being priced at RB18. He finished RB37 last year. I think he can get inside the top 15, top 12. Austin Eckler. He gets paired up with Anthony Lynn, who was part of Austin Eckler becoming Austin Eckler. He also gets paired up with Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury's offenses have always been fantasy friendly to the running backs, whether it's Kenyon Drake or James Conner or other running backs. They really do feature the running back not only in the red zone, but on third down, in the passing game, and they have high pace, fast offenses that run a lot of plays and are typically high scoring. So Austin Eckler, who had a terrible 2023, especially in comparison to the draft capital, he has a comeback candidate case for 2024. This is a perfect picture of DeAndre Swift. This is exactly what he looks like in his Bears jersey. Yeah, he's on this third team in 2 years. That's frustrating. But what you have to worry about in Philadelphia, you don't have to worry about in Chicago. Jalen Hurts and the tush push. DeAndre Swift, if he gets 5, 6, or 7 touchdowns more last year, he's an RB1. This guy somehow got tripped down at the 1 almost on a weekly basis. And he had Jalen Hurts vulturing a dozen touchdowns. You're not going to see that with Caleb Williams. You're not going to see that with the Bears. And DeAndre Swift brings he brings a presence in the passing game. Look for a big bounce back. He's currently RB22. I think that's a fair price for the RB1 on which should be a very good Chicago Bears offense. Ramondre Stevenson, he had a great 2022, not so great 2023. This was just, it's tough. The end of the Bill Belichick era was a joke. You had defensive coordinators and special team coordinators being co-offensive coordinators. They looked like they were trying to outsmart everybody, and they came out looking clueless. Ramondre Stevenson is the best player on that offense, and they're going to need to utilize him. Whether it's Jacoby Brissett or Drake May, they will be targeting the running back. He is the top running back on the team. Yes, Antonio Gibson is there, but Ramondre is that dude. And you got Ramondre Stevenson going off at RB20 for an RB1 that could get 300 touches this year. Sign me up. Kendre Miller, it's a little bit of a sleeper, RB45. This guy showed up in in week 18 and was an RB1. A lot of people don't know who this is. That's why you get the discount. Yes, Jonathan Taylor is a comeback candidate, but he's also top 2, top 3 running backs off the board. I think everybody knows he's a top candidate. I'll throw Najee Harris's name out there for a bonus pick. But Kendre Miller is a guy last year was very good draft capital, was a little buried on the depth chart, but he really his season was just full of injuries, just nagging little injuries from the preseason all the way up until the end of the season. But on week 18, he got to shine. Alvin Kamara should be on the way out of here soon. You're looking for somebody that's a little bit of a deep throw, a value pick. Kendre Miller is it. So let me know what you think. This is 5 Minute Fantasy designed for the busy fantasy player. As always, good luck this season.